Okay guys, we're back. We're going to try this with max cycles and see if that helps at all. Let's just click into the right box here, first of all, and move this over. Instead of 3,000 cycles, let's try cycles equals max. Max 100% cycles. COX to start it up. So the timing here is still the same. That's good. Am I numlock on? Am I in the right box? There we go. Alright. We do not want to enter caverns. Don't do that or else it's going to ask you for a name and you might overwrite your game. Here we are. We loaded our game. Let's see if our animation is working okay, I guess. It feels a bit smoother now. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, put your cycles to max. That's my recommendation, or else you're going to have a really rough time moving around. Got a dagger. We got leather armor. Oh, there's no stopping us now, boys. Go kill that imp. Why would we? Let's look for our potions. Let's not abandon all core concepts that we learned in the first game. Even if the sound in this version is shitty, let's do our best to beat it. That's a goblin now. We hit it for 3 damage. There's 1 health left. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, let's just find out what's up there. Nothing. We don't want the gold yet. Remember, if you step on it, you pick it up. There's no, that's a rat. Giant rat. There's no check-in to see if you want it. I assume the giant rat can't go through the door. Let's make sure that's true. Yep, giant rat can't pass through the door. It's too dumb. Stupid giant rat with no opposable thumbs. Oops, I didn't want to fight this rat, damn it. Or this goblin. Or this kobold. You can see the basic concept of you can see monsters whenever they're in a explored territory remains in play. I think that remains in play all the way through Caverns. The very, very earliest versions of Caverns 2 that I worked on maintained it as well until I realized I could use... Oh, we got poisoned, damn it. Until I realized I could use... Let's kill it, and then when we're done killing it, we'll cast Cure. Did we get it? Let's cast Cure. We could go try and deal with that other rat as well, but I think it's so far distant that might be a tempting fate. We're almost up a level anyway. I forget what I was saying, darn it. Sorry, before I get interrupted by the realization of poison. Oh, yeah, the earliest versions of Caverns 2 also use the same idea that you could see monsters if they're in... I mean, as I said, the earliest versions of Caverns of Xaskazien 2 were just Caverns of Xaskazien 1 version 5 converted with new graphics and sound. So anything that held true then, this would be the papers we were talking about. So I think this would be a spell automatically, or maybe it's a map as well. Maybe, I don't know if I switched to the idea that maps can be found in paper squares. Let's find out. You learn the exchange spell. So now if we go to C, you can see exchange is listed as well. I don't remember what exchange did. I think it might trade your health for the monster's health, if it's possible. I don't even... Or maybe it trades your strength for your intelligence. I genuinely don't know what that spell does. If we're coming towards the end of a game and we're going to die if we don't cast it, maybe I'll try casting it and see if I can figure it out. Because I don't want to... Can we just press like a... Let's press 4. You're not intelligent enough to cast 4, which is no longer a spell that exists. I don't want to cast it and then find out the hard way that it costs us the game because we're too dumb and we cast a stupid spell we shouldn't have cast. Alright. Now the coffin. That's a curative potion. Okay, so if we get hit by that rat again and we need to heal... Oh, fuck, I'm moving too fast. Apparently there's fire in the game now. Holy shit, that almost killed us. Okay. Fire in this game is static. It's just a square. If you jump in it, you're going to take damage like I just did. So here's a tip. Don't be an idiot. Don't jump into flames randomly. Move a little slower. I honestly don't remember what's in this version of the game. I mean, there's no reason why I would have touched a DOS version of the game, aside from 1.13 occasionally, because it's so early, and I wanted to see, oh shit, does this even still work, and what did it look like originally? But this version of the game, it's definitely superseded by all later versions. There's not a lot of reason to play it that I can think of. But for the sake of completeness... Oh, here we go. Thank God. Yes. It is the last version of the game that was DOS based, and it's the last version of the game I worked before. Again, I lost the ability to work on it. Might as well cover that here because we're walking around doing nothing. There's a giant bat coming at us. Again, the bat is fast. We can't shake it, but we can walk along while it's attacking us. We have no spells, so there's literally nothing we can do but try and kill it before it kills us. Keep walking. The way we got control of Caverns again, where I could work on it again. As I mentioned, I have a friend, Jeff Schiller. Jeff and I met in kindergarten, and we were friends then, but then he went to a different school. And in high school, we reunited. Oh, that's a ladder. A ladder will take us back to level 1. Interesting. There's all kinds of shit in this game. Let's step on this and find what it is. I hope they can't be trapped. The Improve spell. Okay, let's just take a look at it. So the Improve spell costs 20 spell points, a lot, but it literally pumps a point into Strength, Dexterity, Intelligence, or 5 to 10 into Health. So it allows us to improve one of our stats as if we had leveled up. We need a lot of Intelligence to get to cast it, but if we get cast it, man, I don't know if you need 20 Intelligence, or if you just need 20 spell points and you have to have at least 10 Intelligence. I don't remember if you're still capped at 10 Intelligence in this game or not. Don't know. We'll use that ladder as a means of getting off this level. Instead of going down, we'll therefore go up, which will bring us further. Oh, that's a ward. Monsters can't enter ward squares. They don't do a lot of good in this game because the game didn't put them in like hallways and stuff. It just put them out random places. So most of the time they're not going to block a monster, but they exist. Anyways, Jeff and I reunited in high school because we were both cast in the same play. We were both cast in a production of A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. I was playing Pseudolus, he was playing Senix, and we became fast friends again. And in fact, we both went into university to study acting together. Although after second year, he left and switched majors very drastically. He went into maybe electrical engineering, or let's grab this for sure. Yes, I want to drink a spell recharge potion. And let's cast healing. Okay, 1 point. Alright, there's no reason to... Let's start grabbing gold. He went into electrical engineering or maybe computer science, I'm not sure. He works for Google, last I heard, I believe. He's obviously a much better programmer than I am in all capacities. Man, we went with dexterity last time. I'm going to go with health this first time, only because my health is still so low. We need to up it. Okay. Let's go kill that kobold if we can. And he and I used to work on programming projects together all the time. We worked on a Commodore 64 RPG together that got a long way. It was called One Shall Fall, but we didn't finish it. We worked on a first-person shooter called Season of the Scythe that we were programming in our Raycast engine that we had made. We didn't finish it. That's where that one sound effect that's in here came from. Shall I just kill him? He only has 1 health, for God's sakes. Let's deal with the rat instead. Oh, he only has 1 health too. Let's kill him. He's a bigger threat. CM. But as I said, I lost the ability. I think we'll teleport here. I think the imp will teleport us. Yep. That's a long sound effect. But okay, we got teleported randomly. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I lost the ability to work on this when I switched from Borland to Microsoft, and I didn't know what the cause of that loss was. He did. He called me one day and said he wanted to work on a project. His project was called BOSS. BOSS was an acronym. I don't quite remember what it all stood for. I know the B was for Borland. And what BOSS was going to be, the way he described it at the time, I didn't understand it. I understand it totally now. But back then I didn't understand what he was doing. He said it was going to be a wrapper for Borland functions. And basically what that meant was, as long as I included his new library, his new header files he was making in my code, even though I was using a Microsoft compiler, it would allow me to use Borland functions again. And he wanted to use Caverns of Xaskazien and another game I had made called 10 Nights of Killing and Mayhem at FJB2. You can find that online if you search for it if you want to. As long as I used his BOSS libraries, I would now be able to use all my old function calls. He was using my stuff as a means of testing his stuff. So as soon as he gave me those functions, or that wrapper, yes, let's climb the ladder. Back to dungeon level 1. That way we can kill some weaker monsters and level up more. As soon as he gave me that, it enabled me to use my code again, as if nothing had ever happened. So, as I said, it was a period of several years. I'm not going to step in that pool this time in case I get poisoned again. I'll do it later. It's a period of several years between when when I lost control of the game and when I regained control of the game. I don't know how long. But because he gave me that, I was able to jump back in and really expand. And that's why this would have been the final version of Caverns. I never would have gone beyond this because I couldn't keep programming it. And I didn't have the... I wasn't so attached to it that I was going to like reprogram it or anything. I thought it was a fun game, but I wasn't that enchanted with it. But when he gave me the ability to do so, of course I dove back in. That's a strength potion now. And I started working on it again. And that's why we have Caverns version 3, Caverns version 4, Caverns version 5, and Caverns of Xaskazien 2, all the 78-ish versions of it. So it's just interesting to think if he hadn't randomly decided that seemed like a fun project to him. I don't know why he wanted to do that, but he decided he wanted to. There we go. Took 1 damage for falling in a pit trap. He decided he wanted to randomly, and I was the beneficiary. So if it hadn't been for that, we wouldn't have got these different versions. And to be perfectly honest, I probably wouldn't have, stayed associated with roguelikes in any way. The main reason I started looking them up again a few years ago was because I was obviously... Oh shit, I didn't mean to pick that up. That was a waste because we have a strength potion on this level and everything. Slow down. Because I was working on a roguelike for so many years by that point, that's what made me actually start looking at other roguelikes again. And we wouldn't have this YouTube channel or any of it if it hadn't been for Jeff Schiller stepping in and creating Boss. You might be able to find Boss. He had a website called Code Dread, www.codedread.com, I believe, which is incidentally where I think you can possibly still find this game online. If you can't, if not, you can find it in Archive RL. Let's go dump off this gold so we don't risk stepping on more gold accidentally and not picking anything up. What was I saying? This fucking magic missile his ass. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I pressed C1. Alright, fine, we just killed him with a dagger. But you have him to thank for the fact that that rogue love exists, ultimately. And I think you can find Boss, if it still exists, if it's anywhere, you can find it on Code Dread. And if for some reason you're in the same boat, that you used to program in a Borland library back in the DOS days, and you still have 20-year-old code that you want to, dig out and be like, fuck, I want to work on this again. Well, Boss will save you as it saved me. Presumably, he used, as I said, my code as a basis to decide what functions to create, so he may not have duplicated every function that existed. I don't know. So the reason I know this is pre-Boss, pre-Jeff Schiller intervening, is because the font on the title screen is still the same font that came with the... Alright, the teleport trap. It was loud in my ear, so I'll wait till it's done before I continue talking. Alright, the reason I know that this is pre-Jeff Schiller intervention is that the font on the titles... That's a fountain. We can drink out of that. Another pit trap. Is that the font on the title screen... is still the font that came with the Borland library. That's right, it only heals 3 because we're on the first level again. As opposed to the similar font that he instituted through Boss. As you'll see when we hit version 3+, which will be much easier to watch because it'll have sound effects and shit. When we hit that version of the game, you'll see the fonts have changed slightly. They're the best approximation he could casually find online in terms of fonts. Alright, let's grab this. Whoops, can't just hit enter anymore. You gotta hit yes. You feel stronger. Let's grab this. Let's stick it in the temple. We only found 30 there, damn it. That's unfortunate. Waste of a strength potion. That gray version of the coffin instantly is not a coffin, that is a chest. It won't contain undead, but it might. I think it has a higher chance of being booby trapped. Again, I'm getting loud clicking in my ears. I have no idea if that's registering for you at all. Alright, we went up a level. Let's put our dexterity up. We don't have any spells we can cast yet that require more. Well, we have obviously exchange, and I guess we do actually. Exchange and improve. Alright, well, we're not going to do it now. Just pressing a random key that's not a letter. Let's keep the... Let's just try this. Let's try this. Chainmail armor. Okay, we're getting the armor going. Much better than our earlier game. Short sword. We do 1 to 6 damage now, and we have 2 defense. Let's open the chest. 30 gold pieces inside. Bring that. I should have done that when my strength was up. What was I thinking? I think there was only 30 gold in there. Now, we could either jump in the pool, see what the hell happens. I have no idea what the parameters are. We could drink from that fountain. I know the fountain can heal you, which would be great. I think it can raise your stats, which would be freaking great. I don't know if that's even true. Maybe it is. I think it can do like massive damage to you, which would just kill us. But I'm going to put my cards on the table and say I don't love playing this version of the game, so I'm willing to risk it, because if we die, I'll just be like, good, move on to another version. The lack of sound is killing me. Let's say yes. The fountain cures poison. I guess if we'd been poisoned, we would have been cured. Let's jump in the pool. Let's just do all kinds of crazy shit. The pool adds 1 to dexterity. All right, there you go. A lot of random stuff in this version of the game that you can't even forecast. We might as well cast healing. And we'll head down to dungeon level... What? Oh, 2. Dungeon level 2. Leave me alone, halfling. So chainmail doesn't help against the halfling because it has a 1 in 10 chance to hit, and a roll of 1 always hits, so it really has no effect against him. Likewise, the kobold. 1 in 10 chance to hit. 1 will always hit. And we do not want to fight that rust monster, I don't think. I don't know if it's, again, if it's automatic when it hits you, it degrades your armor, or if it's like it could degrade your armor. But either way, we don't want to fucking mess with it. If we do end up fighting it, we definitely want to blast it with some magic missiles. So let's kill everything else first. We know that we have the magic missiles available. Because the last thing we want to do is get our armor rusted. Now that we're doing well based on that. I might break up these playthroughs with some another 1 kilobyte roguelike or something, because I don't want to have just a stream of 5 back-to-back playthrough sessions of Caverns. I'm afraid people will get bored as hell and be like, dude, enough already. When I really just want to kind of share the... well, we have no choice now. Oh yeah, we killed it, I think. No, we didn't. Okay, it's not dead? Is it dead? Oh, maybe we did kill it. Okay. It's hard to tell without the sound effects. I think there's like a diddly-doo-doo-doo or something victory sound when you kill it if you, or I don't know, maybe it, actually that would have been the old game. This game it would say something like, die accursed fiend or something like that. Yeah, I recognize it might get kind of boring to see the same, not the same game, a similar game replayed over and over again just to see different versions, but I do want to, eventually I want to attack the history of it. In terms of how it evolved, because I actually have access to the files, and because obviously it's near and dear to my heart, and since we're going to do an actual Caverns 2, spears do 4 damage, okay, let's play soon, which will be a very different, very, very, very evolved version of the game. It makes sense to do this now rather than later. You know what I'm saying? We can get back 12 from this. We don't need this yet. Well, a pit trap did 2 damage. Pressing the keys fast enough that I didn't really see what it said. So if you do download this and for some reason you want to play this version, I would recommend skipping on ahead to version 3. Play through Windows, and it's a better version of the game, I'm sure. I assume. I guess we'll find out soon enough. But if you do, just remember to set your max cycles up. You don't need to worry about that apparently for 1.13. It didn't seem to affect me in any way. In 1.13 it played just fine. But I'm thinking this... Oh, shit. Don't move so fast, dude. I'm thinking this version of the game definitely needs those max cycles up, because it's definitely playing a lot smoother now than it was in our first video. God damn it! It was perhaps playing too smooth. I'm just now just skipping along like a freaking... Oh, God. Like a merry day in a field. Those cave-ins are painful back in this version of the game, when the early versions. Do you want to drink from it? Yeah. It's ochre jelly! New monster. It missed us, thank God. It has 27 health and massive attack value. It's slow. Let's stay the hell away from it. Ochre jelly can live in fountains. Giving you some spoilers here, although those spoilers will be provided for free when you get to later versions of the caverns, because it's supposed to tell you, here's what can happen, so you don't have uninformed bullshit happening. Everything's an informed decision, Now we want to drink this. Oh, it only heals 6. I thought it healed 12. A longsword. We're doing well, actually. Just kind of a shame that it's this version of the game we're doing well in. But I will treat this like I treat any playthrough. I will play through to the best of my ability to win. Maybe you're even enjoying it. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking shit about it, and you're like, that was great. And then I'll feel like I'm the buzzkill at the party. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I'm trying to move fast because I don't want to bore you. But there are consequences to moving fast. How are we doing for time? We got another 9 minutes. We'll wrap up this video. We'll move into a third. If there's a strength potion on this level, I'm going to be right pissed at myself. Having sabotaged any chance I have to use it. I think strength in this version of the game still only governs gold. Like how much gold you can carry. Eventually it starts bringing into play bonus damage and stuff. And by Caverns 2 it has a lot of effects. But I think at this time it was still only how much gold can you carry. And your weapon damage, or your damage is still governed entirely by what weapon are you using, I think. Though I am not sure of this. Arrgh. Oh my god. Maybe we should just get out of here. I think there's no gold over here. I think we found everything over here. I think. Oh, well, we're here. Let's explore. Move a little bit more slowly, Jeff, or you're gonna die. The very, very first, when it first dawned on me, hey, I could include graphics in the game, as opposed to, this is just trivia because I have nothing else to talk about at the moment. When I realized I could include graphics as opposed to using letters. The very first monster I introduced in terms of graphics was a kobold. And my first attempt was actually making a little kobold head. It was just kind of like iconographic to represent, hey, here's where the kobold is. It was literally a kobold head that would move around the map. But then I realized it was more fun to include the full body. I couldn't get much detail in 16 color and I don't know what these are, 8x8 maybe? 8x8 I think. We could probably tell by looking at one of the walls, but I'm not going to bother right now. I think we're done on this level. Let's head down to the next. Let's cast healing on the way by. CH. And let's get the heck down there. We got 6 minutes left or so. Thereabouts. Oh, skeleton. Oh, we got it though. Did we? Yeah, we did. It had 5 health. We did 8. Hey, we're up a level. Let's get, let's mix it up a bit. Let's try strength this time. We'll be able to carry a little more gold. Scale mail armor. Jesus, we're doing all right in the armor department. We got level 3 armor. So he has only a 30% chance of hitting us instead of a 60%. I should still look for potions. What am I doing? It doesn't give me carte blanche to say I'm just going to kill or just going to throw myself into danger. He did. Because of the improved weapons and armor, we have a little more leeway with combat. We can actually spend some more points on other things besides dexterity and health because we're going to do better in combat innately. We're going to do better because we do more damage, and we're going to do better because they'll have a harder time hitting us. So it enables us to evolve our character perhaps a little more judiciously than we did, or even not judiciously, but a little more experimentally than we did with our playthrough of version 1.13, where we really concentrated mostly on dexterity and health. Although that mage armor really helped out when we did grab intelligence in version 1.13. So intelligence is certainly not lacking there. Here it's kind of governed by what spells have you found. If you haven't found appropriate spells, there's no reason to pump your intelligence up, although it would let you cast more magic missiles and more health and stuff. I guess there is a reason always. Alright, when we're done this level, I think we're gonna quit and save there. I'm gonna call it quits for now. And I will return to this game later. I got done the work I had to do today, and I got done half of the workout I had to get done today, but I didn't get done the whole workout. Why? Because I got lured back by the thought of, hey, I want to play the next Caverns. Because I'm weak-willed, that's why. So, I've still got a good hour and a half or so before my wife gets home. I'm going to go finish the other half of the workout as soon as we finish saving this. And I'll return to this game tomorrow. Temple. Press key. It'll give us back 9. That's exactly as much as we need. Might as well drink it now. No reason to wait on that. I'll tell you one thing that playing these old versions of the game hammers home to me, and that's thank you, Daryl Shaw, for convincing me to increase the sight range in Caverns. Like I said, in Caverns 2, it's much easier to explore the game in the modern version of the game than it is to explore it in this old version where you had to explore one square at a time. I think any game I had encountered back in the day, again, Dungeon and sort of Fargo, would have used only one square sight range. So whether consciously or unconsciously, I didn't have another basis of comparison. I had no reason to consider another option. This is all I'd seen. But I think having an increased sight range is definitely a good thing, because it gets kind of tedious exploring the levels. Or it can. All right, we're going down to the next level. We don't even have to cast healing this time. There's no reason to cast cure. Want to cast it just for the sake of it? Why not? Cast cure. You're not poisoned. I guess it won't let you. Nice, I had a catch in there. I didn't know that. All right. Character level 4, heading down to dungeon level 4. And here we're going to quit and save. I will talk to you guys later. I got stuff to do. Have a good one, guys. I hope you are enjoying this series, and I hope you're even enjoying version 2-ish, despite the weird lack of sound. Let me know if you're having fun with them. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, there we go. Quit to here. Thank you again for watching, and junk. Bye.